buddy?
Hey, man. What's going on? I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, man. This is a Weird, Fat, and Sober podcast. Episode 3. My good friend Marcus Flores here. So what's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Tell me your story, man. Where does it start?
Oh, man. It started when I was very, very young.
Keep that kind of out of your face a little bit.
Is it? What do you mean?
Pull it down just a little bit. There you go.
Is that close enough?
Yeah, it'll pick you up. It's
perfect.
Powerful.
I don't know what I'm doing, so you're going to have to walk me through
your story?
That. No, with this mic.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
It's
a condenser, so it's fine.
Okay.
You're good.
Man, honestly, like, when I tell my story, like, in front of a bunch of people, I generally leave out, like, the
nitty gritty.
Yeah, okay, we all did a bunch of weird shit. I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. We all did a bunch of weird shit, right? Like, when we were all fucked up and doing sketchy stuff and back seats of cars and stuff. Like, so I generally leave, like, most of that out, and I get into, like, my childhood stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I had, like, a really good childhood. My parents are pretty fucking cool. Like, I think they've been married, like, 30 years now.
It's awesome.
Probably a little over that. My brother's 30 years old. I don't know what they did there. They may have got married.
They've been married 30, but your brother's 30.
Yeah,
sounds like a shotgun wedding.
Yeah. I've tried to do the math on that a couple times, but they're just like, quit fucking counting.
Yeah.
So anyways, but I mean, they were definitely married when I was born, and they were great. Like, I remember, like, there was some points, like, when I was little, like, my parents would fight and stuff, but I think it was just like normal. That was just normal stuff. Like, they were just going through life, and there was a lot of transitions when I was a kid. My dad got a new job because he hated his job that he was working. I remember, like, he worked for a beef packing plant.
Yeah.
Miserable. He got stuck there for like 11 years, and he hated that. So I know that put a lot of pressure on them. And, of course, we were young, 2 boys. And my mom was the only woman in the house, so there was, like, piss all over the place. And so, like,
just every toilet in the house, and places where there's no toilet, just piss.
Hampers, man. I used to fucking sleepwalk. So one time I woke up and she was putting me into bed, and I had apparently pissed in my hamper. So there's that. I know that happened more than one occasion, probably, that I can remember.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, like, I think they had, like, a pretty rough go at it for a little while when I was little. I remember there was quite a bit of fights, and I think we did family therapy for a hot second.
Yeah.
But that was when I was real young. I don't really remember a whole lot of it, but I do remember, like, having like codependency issues with my mom.
Yeah.
And I was a fucking mama's boy, and I'm not really afraid to admit it. But, like, yeah, like, I didn't want to, like, I never would want to let her go. And it's funny, I always tell, like, I try to make everybody laugh, like, whenever I tell my story. I used to have this like, locket that I wore on my neck.
Yeah.
And it was I think it was just a picture of me on one side and a picture of her on the other side.
Yeah.
Really fucking not Dexter, what's the other one? That one weird show? Anyways, it's just really strange. Like, looking back at it now, it's probably pretty strange. And when she dropped me off at kindergarten the first time, like, I would make her kiss this thing 3 times before she left. Like, it was just like 1, 2, like, a real ritualistic, real weird stuff. And then I'd still cry for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For 2 straight weeks that happened, going into kindergarten. And it was really fucked up because, like, she worked in the same school. Like, she was a librarian at that elementary school.
So you'd see her.
Yeah, she was there. Like, my teacher, I think it was, what was her name? I don't remember her name.
Your kindergarten teacher?
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I think her name was Mrs. Batman. Yeah. Which was cool as fuck.
Mrs. Batman?
Mrs. Batman. Yeah. And I think I got a choice, and it was between Mrs. Batman and Mrs. Barker. I was like, fuck, that's not even a choice. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mrs. Batman for sure. But
what if it was just Batman because she carries around a baseball bat and beats the kids?
Oh, God. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. But
you blocked it out.
Yeah. There's some shit that I will get into in a minute. My 4th grade teacher. No, that's a fucking different story.
Yeah.
But no, so like they would have to go down there and get her and be like, hey, he won't fucking chill out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, or I'd go into the bathroom. This is probably something I've never told. I don't know that I've ever uttered these words, but I'd go into the bathroom in this. I remember it's like little kids' bathrooms, little bitty toilets and shit. I mean, it's like normal size too.
Kids are pulling their pants all the way down to pee.
Yeah. But like, it's just this little bitty bathroom, and it was real private because I mean, you had to go down this little hallway, and it was right in the classroom, but it was like in a little hallway, and then you walked into the bathroom, and so it was like a single stall, and you could. I don't think we could lock the door, but you could definitely close the door.
Yeah.
And I would just go in there and cry, man.
Oh.
And I was little, like I was
Yeah.
like little 6-year-old
Well,
me.
it sounds like you were like a sensitive kid, and before you were in school, was your mom home a lot, or?
No, not really. But I spent a lot of time with my grandma.
Right.
Back before that,
Yeah.
so
you're just used to being around that maternal.
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah, or even like further back, like my grandma took care of me, but my grandpa was always there. So
Yeah.
like, and my grandma was kind of I don't want to say a hard ass, but like she definitely let our butts up if she felt the need. And I remember she had this ping pong paddle, and she'd go around spanking me and my brother and whoever else, because she was kind of like the one-stop shop for dropping off babies. You know what I mean?
Right.
She was retired, doing her own thing, like just as a grandma.
Yeah.
And so she would watch us kids, like when everybody went to work and stuff, and she'd bust our ass with that thing, man.
Right.
And I distinctly remember my grandpa, because of course he was retired as well. They just watched us.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember my grandpa going and breaking that thing, just like snapping it in half. And he probably did it more than once, because she just kept re-upping on her
Right.
ping pong paddles.
That's what my mom had too. She had a ping pong paddle that she drilled holes in. And
Oh,
she'd
fuck.
whoop our fucking asses, man.
Your mom was intense.
Yeah.
We didn't have holes in ours.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So like that's kind of it was. I was a mama's boy, you
Yeah.
know, of course, and then of course grandma kind of fed into that, and then grandpa just saved my ass all the time. So like my relationship with him was like really fucking solid.
Right.
It was solid all the way up until the day he died.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot there with him too. But anyways, like I was like had real bad separation anxiety from my mom, and I didn't like going to school. I didn't like doing any of that shit. And that was like thinking back, like when I was in treatment, like we're talking about like what are some of the earliest things that you can remember, like doing your 4-step and shit, like talking about your history. That's shit I never considered those memories as like a contributing factor to me being a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like that was the earliest memories that I could remember, like that there was something different. You know what I mean? Because all these other kids, like they'd cry for a few minutes, whatever, and they'd go on with their lives. You know what I mean? They'd go in there and play with whatever was going on in class. But man, for whatever reason, like it was like you were taking my breath away when you took me away from my mom.
Yeah.
So like definitely that was the beginning of, you know, probably my behavioral issues.
Right.
And then so I started, you know, of course I acted out a bunch and did some bunch of stupid shit when I was little. I wasn't like
How were you with other kids as a kid?
So the elementary school that we went to was all pretty much a bunch of Mexicans. Like we were all Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
But the only problem is that I don't speak Spanish, and I never have.
So there's a lot of kids who were speaking Spanish at home. And
Yeah, most kids there, Spanish was their first language.
Right.
So English was their second. They didn't even know English, like in
Right.
kindergarten. A lot of kids showed up not even knowing English. So like I was like kind of the odd one out, which kind of probably contributed to my like that like you know, I always felt left out. You know,
Right.
I always felt apart from instead of a part of, because they'd go out and they'd be talking to each other and they'd be speaking in Spanish. Fuck, I didn't know what they were saying.
Right.
And, you know, my parents spoke Spanish at home and stuff, but for whatever reason, me and my brother never learned, and I don't know how. It's really strange, and you know, I get made fun of. But other people,
most of my friends who grew up in Hispanic households who don't speak Spanish, like I know that they get kind of bullied by other like, you know, Hispanic people who speak Spanish, and like, you know, my good friend, he said that people in high school would call him coconut 'cause he's brown on the outside, white on the inside, you know, and so I mean, do you feel like that fucked with your identity a little bit as a kid, or?
Yeah, you know what the fuck. I mean, well, and like my best friend when I was a kid, like before I went to school, was white.
Right.
And so like I didn't know. I mean, I knew there was a difference, right?
Right.
Like, sure, my parents had my grandmother's racist as fuck. It's great. She's like
Most are.
She's a fucking
You know?
shit, man. But she's always been a little bit racist.
Yeah.
Like, so it was. She would kill me if you heard me say that. But like, she always had so I knew there was a difference, right?
Right.
She would talk, you know, whatever. She'd say some off-color shit. I didn't know what she was saying. I was 6 years old, but I knew there was a difference because she's making jokes about like my best friend who's just white.
Right.
Like, well, I mean, he's just my friend, but you know, whatever. There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
And so when I get into elementary school or whatever, and it's it's like completely different world. Like everybody speaks Spanish, everybody's Mexican, and I'm like the secluded kid because I don't even speak Spanish.
Right.
So it was kind of strange. I do remember having some issues with maybe some identity stuff. Of course, at that time I was just like, oh, this is fucking weird. I didn't even know that it was happening.
Yeah. It's weird how we as kids, like, we learn all that stuff, like we don't really, I don't think kids just naturally like see everybody differently. They just see everybody, like I grew up in like a church with a lot of Hispanic people and black people. And so like, I didn't even really realize color stuff until I got older, when I think I was like in junior high and we went and saw a movie with a group of us. And like, one of my white friends was like, oh, I didn't realize the main character was black. And I was just like, that was the first time I remember like, that somebody like was thinking racially, because it just wasn't part of our family or anything. And I don't really think kids see that, like we learn it from our parents or people around us. But I'm sure that it can affect your identity, like once people start like, telling you about it. Like,
yeah, once they bring it to light. Dude, I don't think I ever saw like my first black person until I was like 5 years old.
Really?
I think I remember like. And it's fucking weird. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because
what is that, Mama?
And maybe I just didn't ever notice.
Right,
it was just like whatever. Like that person's way different than I am, because like the town I lived in, like that was super like not. Yeah. Like there's not like there's Mexicans and there's whites and that's it. You know what I mean? It's not like that anymore. But
it's mostly a town of like probably like my hometown, like farmers and oil field.
Yeah. A bunch of freaking white farmers, and then the Mexicans that work for them. You know what I mean? That's just like it is what it is. Like that's the culture there.
And the old white farmers are like, I'm not racist. I hire Mexicans all the time.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, oh man. So yeah, I mean, like I always felt apart from like my entire like elementary school career. Until like, and I've never actually talked about this very much. I think I've mentioned it to a couple of people. But like when I said my 4th grade teacher, I don't think I ever told you that.
I don't know anything about your childhood really. I've known you almost 3 years, and I've never really, other than the other night, I've never really heard your story. But, But what about your 4th grade teacher?
Okay, so you can Google him too.
Oh shit!
His name.
If you can Google a teacher, it's usually not.
Yeah, he's Googleable.
Googleable.
So he was cool as fuck, right? I'm gonna start off with that.
He was cool as fuck until he wasn't.
So, oh man, like I bet my mom I bet she probably still cringes about this shit. I definitely would if I was in that situation. So. I go into 4th grade, right? And like I'm still like I'm whatever. I'm just going through life. Like I'm different. Obviously, I don't speak Spanish, but I'm Mexican. And then my mom works there, right? So it's whatever. Like I'm just like fucking different. Everybody talks shit. Whatever.
I feel like the kids whose parents worked at the school or were teachers like got it harder.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure. Like all the kids were just like, oh,
your mommy. Yeah, because I remember like one of my friends' moms was a teacher. And we'd give him shit like, oh, you gonna go tell your mommy, or like his mom would come eat with him at lunch. Like, you having lunch with your mommy?
She'd take me into the fucking teacher's line, like into the teacher's dining area.
Right.
Sometimes, and I'm like, dude,
you
know how hard this is on me.
End of it.
Oh, it was horrible. But I loved her so much. Like I was so like such a mama's boy. I was just like, whatever. That's my mom. I couldn't give a fuck about you other kids. But anyways, so like I would have to stay after school. Because the teachers don't get off till like 4 o'clock or whatever. So I'd have to stay 30 minutes or whatever with her. Yeah. Well, I met my 4th grade teacher, Charles Snooks.
Charles Snooks. That already sounds bad. Dude. Old Snooky.
Oh, bro. He visualized this guy after I get done with this story. He probably looks exactly like you're thinking.
Yeah, probably.
That's fucking weird. But anyways, so like I meet him. He's cool as fuck. Like he's real like interactive. And like, of course, since I'm staying late, like, I'm there after school, so like he would just come down sometimes, and he would be like, "Hey, can Marcus come for a ride with me?" Because he always had these fucking cool cars, right?
Yeah.
So he's a 4th grade teacher.
Yeah, that's
a little fucking wiry guy, creepy as shit, and he's always got really cool cars, and he's super personable with the kids.
I'm imagining turtleneck sweaters with shorts.
Dude, what the fuck? Were you there? So yeah, dude. So. before we get into it too much, he would come down there, and my mom would be like, yeah, whatever, like, so you don't have to stay late, whatever, you can, yeah, sure, take him. And let me preface this: nothing ever happened.
Oh, damn. I was hoping you got molested, dude. First, I was hoping I was going to have my first molested child on the show. No. Just kidding. That's terrible.
It was so close, dude. It was, I don't know now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You're talking about blocking shit out. Who knows?
Right.
No, as far as I know, nothing ever happened to me. I was probably, what, at that point, 9? How old were you in 4th grade?
Yeah, 9 or 10, I think.
Anyways, so he'd come down there, whatever. And he'd take me and maybe some other kid. There was another kid that his mom worked there. I think she was like in like pre-K or something.
Yeah.
And anyways, he'd take us out, drive around town. Like, and the town was literally like 1 square mile. Right. So it was just like
there's one little strip.
Yeah, there was like not even really. Like there was an interstate, and then there was a bunch of little side streets.
Right.
So whatever. Like it was not a big deal. He had like a Trans Am at one point, and had a Jeep, and
yeah.
Then he had like this.
That's so enticing as a little kid.
Oh, yeah,
like
the Trans Am.
Oh, I have a Hot Wheel of this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's this orange, burnt orange Trans Am.
Dude.
This probably fucking ingrained in my memory for life. But he would like take us around and stuff, and anyways, like one day, I don't remember. Like he took that other kid that I was telling you about.
Right.
He took him to like Carlsbad Caverns, and how the fuck? Which this was granted. This was back in what?
The
4th grade, it was 2000.
Early 2000, yeah.
2001, because I think 9/11 happened the
same
same year.
Yeah, 9/11 happened in 2001, and I was in 4th grade too.
Yeah, because that was a fucked up year for this little school, right? So he takes, somehow, like, this woman allows her son to go with this dude to Carlsbad Caverns. And, like...
Sounds like he was trying to explore some caverns, if you know what I mean.
He fucking did.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm so glad my mom didn't. I don't know if he tried to take me or not. I don't know. I have no idea. I'd be curious to ask my mom, but she doesn't talk about that shit.
Right.
Because it's fucking scary. But anyways, so they come back and whatever. Like nobody thought anything of it, but then just a couple weeks later, like he was gone. And like his door had this big piece of paper. You know, it's just that little slit of glass. It's a big heavy wooden door. And there's just like this little square of glass.
Yeah, window.
It was covered.
Yeah.
And like apparently the FBI had been there like the day before. And they fucking took everything, and they locked down his classroom.
Took his computer.
They took his computer, everything. Like, and it was like a big thing, and it was like, what the fuck? And of course, we didn't like.
How many kids were in your school?
Like
how much was your graduating class?
In my graduating class, so that's different than in my elementary school.
Okay.
Only like 350.
Okay.
So my elementary school was even smaller.
Oh, right.
So yeah. Like my 4th grade class was probably like 60.
Right.
So
pretty small school.
Yeah, because I think there was 3 homerooms with roughly 20 kids.
Right.
So per homeroom. So yeah, like. Anyways, that like the FBI just busts in and I guess takes him and all his stuff and like I mean, what are you gonna tell a 9-year-old? You know what I mean? Like, where's your teacher? Like, I don't even remember. Like,
everybody just tries to not let the kids like. Just not to say anything to him, like
he's
on vacation for a while or something.
I don't remember, man. I want to say they actually like sat us down and were like, so like he was like taking pictures of little kids, and that's what it was. Is he was like
Jesus Christ.
He was into child pornography. I don't think he was like molesting kids. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I think more than anything, he was like distributing child pornography. And, like he was involved in like some dark web type stuff, and. So
that's so sick.
Yeah, man. So that was my 4th grade experience.
Yeah.
And then of course 9/11 happened. You know, I can't remember if that was before or after. I don't remember.
Right. Just a fucked up year.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Which, granted, I don't know how much that plays.
And I feel like 9, 10 years old, you really start to realize bad shit that's happened in the world. Like you start learning about like World War II and like the American Civil War and stuff like in history those years, you know what I mean? Or at least that's how I'm remembering it. So it's like you're kind of first exposed to like the evil of the world at that age, you know, a little bit, you know. But I mean, something like that's even more so, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird, man. And I remember like they tried to like just trying to put a patch on it, just move along with life, and it was, you know, whatever. We were kids, we were resilient to a certain point, so I don't remember that like playing into like a big part of my
of who you were or anything.
But I definitely it's like scary because it's like holy shit. Like,
but I mean that kind of stuff, like, you know, like I said, being exposed to like the evil of the world for the first time, like it definitely can either like instill fear in you. or just make you cautious of adults, especially if like you figure it out, like something weird was happening, or if you got told by an adult, So, but yeah, I mean, so are those like the highlights of your like adolescent? I mean, when was the first time like you tried something that you had like, a change in mood or mindset or whatever, like some kids would like spin around and enjoy that. Do you remember the first time that you had like a change in consciousness that you can remember that like affected you?
Not necessarily like consciousness, but I do remember like I played tennis.
Yeah.
So I was a fucking weirdo.
I played tennis too. I was terrible at it, but I just did it because my friends were in it.
Oh man, it was not the cool thing to do at my school. So,
yeah, football was the cool thing.
Yeah. Football and wrestling was the cool thing. So like that was the first. I don't want to say like because I definitely didn't. I don't remember like doing stuff like you're saying, like getting dizzy and doing stuff like that as a kid. I don't remember doing that.
I didn't either, but I was just curious.
Yeah, no. What I do remember is when I went into junior high, like I went from being in that school where it was like never really fit in to like being in a whole nother school where not only did I not know anybody, but I didn't even fit in with the kids that I came with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was like, real.
Junior high is the worst, bro.
Junior
high, everybody just turns into a little evil person for a second. Everybody's like going through puberty. Yeah. They're all starting to act like assholes. Like girls start to, like get tits, and it's terrible.
No. So like that was a really fucking weird time in my life I do remember like consciously making the decision of like, well, like the cool thing is football. Right. Like I'm not gonna fucking be that tennis kid. You know what I mean? Because like I'm already getting made fun of for that. Yeah. So like I'm definitely not gonna do that. But so I remember like going into football and thinking like this is the move because like people are gonna think of me differently, and that was my way of like trying to change my surroundings. Yeah. Like I wanted to change something about my life like dramatically because I had played tennis since I was in 4th grade. Yeah. Like that's when I started, so I had played it for a few years. By the time I got to junior high, so like that was a dramatic change in my life. Right. I remember that was 100% just to appease everybody else. I didn't want to play football. That was the stupidest shit ever. I'm not gonna go smash somebody else's head with mine. Yeah. Like I was smarter than that as a kid. I ended up falling in love with it. Yeah. But like that was definitely the first time. And then like very shortly after, because I had finally kind of started to fit in with some of these kids. Yeah. Like I was starting to make friends and stuff. Like you know what a quinceañera is? You know
yeah, of course. You know I'm from Texas.
So like, of course, there's all these little girls are turning 15, right? Because we're in junior high. We're, this is probably 8th grade. Maybe, I think this was between my 8th grade and freshman year. Yeah. Anyways, so I think I was 14 at the time, if I remember correctly. I was 14, and me and my cousin went to this quinceañera because I don't even think I knew the girl. But like people's fucking adults are just so irresponsible.
Yo, trash, bro.
Dude, that was.
You want to see some Mexicans get drunk, go to a quinceañera or Cinco de Mayo or anything. Yeah. Any reason to party. There's uncles, there's tios just dancing drunk as fuck. God,
they spend
pointy ass boots.
Yes, fucking decked the fuck out. Everybody's just trashed. Yeah. And nobody gives a fuck about their beer coolers. As long as it's not empty, they don't give a fuck about whose kids' hands are in it. Yeah. So I remember this dude, I don't even remember who it was, but we were like standing in a circle trying to like hide from everybody. Like we're obviously getting fucked up. We're 14 years old and being stupid. But somebody hands me a Budweiser, like a straight, I just dropped something on the couch. A straight Budweiser, like one of those, like the nasty motherfuckers. And I didn't know. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking kid. Right. Never tasted beer in my life. Never done anything mind-altering before in my life. Yeah. I think I do remember taking that hydrocodone cough medicine.
Oh, that was shit, bro. That was my shit. That was like some of the first opiates I ever did. Ooh.
I just know I fucking passed out, so I love that stuff. But I hadn't abused it yet. Yeah. So, like, I'm like, all right, well, everybody else is like drinking a beer, right? Yeah. Well, fuck them. Like, I'm gonna do one of them one up. So I cracked that bitch open and I slammed it.
You were 15?
Yeah, it's 14. 14, 15, whatever. I don't know. It was around that time. Right. And I just slammed this thing and it hurt so bad. I remember it just hurt. And I was like, don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. Just fucking do it, man. Because like nobody else was doing that.
Yeah.
Right? So I knew I had to one up all of them.
Right,
because
you
they
had
were
to
just over
flex
there-
on them.
Yeah, fuck yeah, because they're taking these big old gulps and their eyes are running and shit. I'm like, fuck these pussies. So I slammed this disgusting Budweiser.
Yeah.
And I remember being in so much pain and like I wanted to puke immediately,
Yeah.
of course, because why the fuck would you do that?
It's a lot for a little body and like never drinking before. Like it's just like immediately. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't somehow throw up, but I don't think I drank another one.
Yeah.
And I remember
You probably drunk as fuck
I
just off
was
of
fucking
that.
sloshed.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting home and like somehow I got home and like we got into my room like and my cousin stayed the night with me. And at this time like I had started training in wrestling and stuff. Like I was starting wrestling. And UFC was real big. So of course I had some UFC gloves in my room.
Right.
It was what 14-year-old kid did. And I was like all fucking shitty, right? Falling all over the place. And I remember he just put those gloves on and beat the shit out of me for no reason. And he was 1 year older than me, so he was just having a good time. He didn't drink anything. He was responsible. I think he still barely drank. He's a cop now, actually. Yeah, he's a cop now.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So he put these UFC gloves on, and they're like 2 sizes too big. But he just fucking goes to wailing on me.
Yeah.
And I was, whatever, I'm fucking drunker than shit. So he beat the hell out of me. I remember. It was just like he was having fun. You know what I mean? And I don't remember any of it. And I remember getting up in the middle of the night and like eating my mom makes this potato casserole.
Oh, dude, drunk munchies are serious,
That
bro.
was day
Weed
one.
munchies are for real, but drunk munchies, you'll just eat anything, dude. You don't give a fuck.
Day one, from the first time I ever got drunk, that behavior was there, man. Cause like I woke up in the middle of the night, I was hungry as shit. After he beat the shit out of me, I'm fucking sloshed at 14 years old. I go into the kitchen and like fix some whatever. I nuked some potato casserole out of my mom's fridge.
Right.
And man, that's like it just took off from there. It was like that was my lifestyle. I did that up until 24 years old.
All right.
Until 10 straight years, I was just being a degenerate.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing, just getting up in the middle of the night, eating mom's potato casserole. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. That was definitely the beginning of like a very, very long road for me.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
So that's the first time you got drunk. Like, I mean, what's the first time that like you're fucked up and something bad happens? Do you remember?
Something bad happened.
Like somebody wrecks a car, or somebody
you
gets
know
into a
what?
fight, other than your cousin beating you.
I forgot about this one. I don't know what I dropped down there.
Like
I forgot about that. I know it was my AirPods, I think.
Oh.
So you got a new set of AirPods.
Hey.
No, there was this one time. So this couldn't have been very much longer after that. I had this buddy that his dad was an over the road trucker.
Oh, yeah.
And his mom, I don't remember if she died or I think she just dipped, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
So he just lived alone with his dad, and we were the same age. We grew up together.
Yeah.
And we were at his house one night, and he got held back or something. So he was a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
I think we were in the same grade, but I think he was actually just maybe 1.5, almost 2 years older than me. Anyways, I was a freshman in high school, had to have been, because he had just got this Mustang.
Yeah.
I think he was a freshman in high school, had this sweet little 2000 Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
Silver with like black racing stripes and shit.
Yeah.
A little V6. I mean, it was nothing, like it was like back then it was the cool. Like,
Oh, of
fuck, dude.
course.
It was cool as shit.
Yeah.
And we were at his house getting shitty one night. Because, of course, his dad wasn't there. But his dad always left alcohol there.
Right.
Like, it was just the perfect storm. And it was actually the next day. I was always the one that just kept going, man. I could never just, get drunk, pass out, and then just go do normal stuff the next day. I had to continue to get drunk. So I had a few drinks, and me and this other dude that was with us, we decided to take his car out.
Oh, fuck.
And I was a little shitty.
Yeah.
So I'm 15 years old. I don't think because I got my license when I turned 16. I didn't have my license yet when this happened. So I must have been 15. And I was a little shitty, and this dude was in the passenger seat. We were whipping it all over town.
Oh, fuck.
That dude was still back at the house. And I don't remember. I don't think he gave us permission. I highly doubt he
Was he passed out or something?
I don't remember, man, because it was in the middle of the day.
Oh.
But I do know I had been drinking already.
Oh,
and I think that's
man.
what happened is we got shitty, passed out overnight, and then I woke up and just started drinking first thing in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I generally, that behavior started early for me.
Yeah.
So we go out, me and this dude are whipping this Mustang around town, and like I thought it'd be cool to fucking fishtail it around a corner, right? Except as a V6, it had no balls. So when I did it, it just turned real sharp and it caught traction when it just kind of kept making this ridiculous turn.
Spinning.
No, it never started spinning, but I couldn't get the ass in to throw out. So I remember like we just made this big wide turn and just smoked the fucking Highline pole. Just took this thing and wrapped it right around it.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm 15 years old, a little bit shitty. And this dude had this car for like 3 months.
Oh, man. It was just pride and joy.
Oh, my God. And so it had to have been somewhere around like May-ish. Like right at the beginning of summer maybe.
Yeah.
Because I remember like it was a big fucking deal. Like we got it back to the house, but it was all fucked up.
Oh,
and
man.
like he had to call his dad. Fucking dad wanted to kill me. I think his dad I know his dad slapped me across the face.
Oh, man.
Just fucking smoked me across the face. And like very well deserved.
Yeah.
And so my dad shows up and I remember my dad just handed him a check and I was like, what the fuck? How does my dad have this amount of money? I found out later it was his tax return. So all the money that he had like he was gonna do something with it, like, put it in savings, something. He fucking had to, it was like I want to say like $5,000.
Yeah.
We had to pay to get that car fixed. So like that was probably the first like time that I really fucked.
It didn't total it though, or do you remember?
His brother owned a body shop.
Oh,
so
okay.
it definitely should have been totaled, and I think they ended up like doing a salvage title on it. But since my dad paid cash, like he drove the car for the rest of high school. Like it was gone for a few months, but then like
got it back.
He drove it. I think he drove it up until his senior year, and then his dad got him a little pickup.
Yeah.
So I remember, like, every time I saw that car, like, it just made me cringe, dude.
Were y'all still friends after that?
Dude, I was supposed to be the best, or a groomsman at his wedding this last summer.
Really?
Yeah, but then I didn't show up. I'm a fucking piece of shit, man.
Did you at least let him know you weren't coming?
Yeah. I told him. I was like, dude. Oh,
where are you?
No.
You owe me, man. You wrecked my Mustang.
Oh, dude, we stayed tight for a while. We're still cool, man. He's a coach up in Canyon now.
Nice.
The problem was he got married. He was still lived in down on the Gulf Coast down one of the ports, some shit down there. But it was in the middle of the summer. Like I just couldn't make it. But like we stayed tight all the way through high school.
That's cool at least.
Like his dad kind of came around to me. He I paid my debt and he fucking smacked me around a little bit. So we were all good.
Yeah.
His brother definitely would not let me forget that shit, man. I mean, that was another reason. I'll be honest. I was like, man, I really don't want to go to that wedding because Kate, that dude's gonna just bring it up.
Yeah. Hey, you remember that time you wrecked his Mustang?
Yeah, and I'm all sober now, so they're gonna be getting shitty, and I can't, Oh man. So yeah, that was definitely the first time I fucked something up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty detrimental consequences to my actions.
Right.
But I didn't give a fuck, man.
It's you would have been a sophomore in high school?
No, I was a freshman.
Freshman.
We were both freshmen because I remember he was the first one to get a car.
Right.
Because I didn't have a car yet. I didn't have a vehicle at all. I didn't have a license.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fucked up. I remember the kid that was in the passenger seat too.
Yeah.
I think he went on to do good things with his life. But yeah, man, it was just one of those things. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like when that happened, like, was it like in your mind? Did it have anything to do with drinking, or was it just like an accident?
It was just that piece of shit car.
It was the car, right?
Fucking burnout. That's what it. Fuck yeah. When I was a kid, I never put it together.
No, definitely wasn't your fault, and definitely wasn't alcohol's fault.
Absolutely not. The last thing it was alcohol's fault. The first thing it was that piece of shit car with a fucking burnout. Yeah, that was what I was upset about, and that's what I told him. I was like, "Oh, fucking thing, if it had more horsepower, it wouldn't that wouldn't happen." Yeah, but no, I was just a fucking idiot, man. And I was the kind of kid that like I would do dumb stuff, and like a week would go by, and it was just like I didn't do dumb stuff. Like it was like it was out of your memory. I never kept track of anything, man. Yeah.
So you wreck your friend's Mustang. It doesn't get you to stop drinking or anything. So I mean, your partying continues throughout high school. I mean, but how were you as a student? Were you like you were in sports and stuff? So you probably had to have decent enough grades to pass and be able to play sports, right?
Yeah. So I was, man, the best I can remember, I was just one of those fucking kids that could really jive with the teachers. You know what I mean? Like, I never really wanted to I put more effort into making the teachers laugh and like making the teachers like me than I did into my work.
Right.
Definitely. Because I knew like if I was going to play sports, if I was going to do all these things, like if I was going to pretend that I was this good kid that my parents wanted me to be, like in order to get the stuff that, you know, like the clothes and the eventually the car and all this other shit, like I knew I had to be like a certain level of like acceptable. Yeah. I needed to have certain grades. I needed to do all that shit. But I was more concerned about like the whole process of like, how can I do this without actually doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to actually do the work. To this day, I'm fucking horrible at math.
Yeah.
But like I could write good stories, and so like English and that kind of shit, like I was pretty decent at. Science, I would just, for the most part, just like made the teacher like me. Yeah. And made me like kind of feel bad because I would like be a dumbass. Yeah. And they would like
give you kind of special attention.
Yeah, like I was the likable kid that didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right. And kind of give you a free pass on certain stuff.
Yeah, there was this math teacher that like, she eventually got caught fucking another teacher, and I think they both got fired. But like,
fucking another teacher?
Yeah. No. But I think they like fucking in the school. Like,
I
think it was like it was like one of those things where it's like, holy shit. I can't do that at all. Yeah. But like,
fuck me during free period.
Yeah, she was like, it was a math teacher. She was fucking the science teacher.
Yeah.
But anyways, she was like real. She was real easy because she was kind of like a loose little, you know, young lady. But like, I could just flirt with her and like say whatever, like make her laugh and shit. Right. And she like would help me or give me the fucking answers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was primarily how I got through school. One of them. Like my senior English class, this is skipping ahead a little bit, but she straight up told me, she's like, the only reason I'm letting you graduate is because I don't want to see you again. Ooh. And I was fucking horrible because I got like a C. Yeah. Like I barely passed. Like I graduated with minimum credentials, what they called DAP program. I don't know, Dumas Accelerated Program or something like that. Anyway,
like where you were working and going to school.
Yeah. I only went to school 2 hours a day my senior year.
That's out of the same thing.
Yeah,
just ready to get out.
Yeah, they did not want me there.
Right.
I was fucking too much. But yeah, like so I kind of just did the bare minimum. Barely got by. I cheated off a white girl in my Spanish class because I didn't know. I obviously don't speak Mexican Spanish, so I damn sure don't speak formal Spanish. Yeah. And this chick was like real smart. So I just cheated off her.
Right.
But yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I was kind of a piece of shit in school, but that was good for my social life, right? Because like I was the kid that was always in sports and stuff. I wasn't that great at anything. I was pretty mediocre, if like below average in most sports that I did, but I was relatively fun, and like my only like contributing factor was that I really wasn't afraid to do anything. Yeah. And so anytime my friends were like gonna do stuff, like it was a party or whatever, like I was always down for just about anything. And like I remember the first time I'd ever experienced drugs. Like we were at this dude's house, and again it was one of those situations like where mom wasn't in the picture and dad was working or something, you know what I mean? And so there was all these, I was in wrestling at the time, so there was all these wrestlers over there at the house. And like I remember there was like this piece of foil on the dining room table, and there was this white powder in it. Yeah. And like some dude was like, "Oh no, that's just caffeine, dude. That's just caffeine." I was like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean that's caffeine? Like, what's this all about?" Like I was asking about it and shit. Like, "Oh yeah. No, it's this friend of mine. He like gets just fucking straight caffeine, and it's totally okay. It's like not illegal." And I was like, "Fuck,
it's not illegal. It's not drugs. I swear."
Yeah, fucking sign me up, dude. I'm down. And so I remember, like, I think I was probably 16 because I think I had a vehicle at that time. I think I had just gotten my truck, and I was wrestling and stuff and playing football. And it was during wrestling season because it was like I remember it was a bunch of those dudes there. And they're like, yeah, here you go, man. Just fucking try it, man. It's nothing bad. I was like, fuck yeah, okay. Yeah. And so I snorted this stuff, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Bing. Yeah. And I was up for hours, and I was like, this is the shit. Because I remember I was already kind of shitty whenever I tried it. Like I was pretty drunk.
Oh yeah. And bring you back to life.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like this is good stuff. Like I'm not even drunk anymore.
I can keep drinking.
Yeah. I got fucking annihilated that night.
And so how old were you?
I think I was 16.
Wow, that's pretty early to try coke, dude.
Yeah, the best. I mean, the best is 16 or 17. I couldn't have been older than 17.
Yeah.
Because by the end of about 17, 18 years old, like I wasn't playing sports anymore because I had injured myself. So it was earlier in my sports career, and after I had gotten a pickup because I distinctly remember driving to that house.
Right.
And so like that quickly became like
a normal.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have both.
Yeah. Well, because like so I was wrestling at the time, and I leave that part out of my story when I'm like telling it.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's like, like a dumbass. You thought that was caffeine.
Yeah. No, that's great.
I can't believe you're just so gullible. But
well, and you probably part of you knew, but you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely. Was
you know, justify it because like, oh, it's just caffeine. It's just raw, uncut Colombian caffeine.
Exactly. Which it was junk fucking coke.
Oh, I'm sure.
Honest, it was baby laxatives.
Nobody does amazing cocaine the first time.
No, it was probably like the fucking
10%.
Oh man, it was. I probably shit for days because of all the laxatives that were in it.
Yeah.
But no, like it was the same dude, and I remember it was actually the same dude that pierced my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like along like right in that same time period. He had pierced his tongue with a fucking sewing needle, and I was like, dude, I'm so down.
Do mine, bro.
Yeah. So I let him put a little bit of cocaine on my fucking tongue, thinking we were like cool and shit, like numbing my tongue, and then he poked a fucking a big ass sewing needle through it.
Damn.
And then stuck the bar in there, and then I went to Thanksgiving dinner, and I hated my life because I couldn't eat.
Yeah, you can't really eat for like several days. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a solid week because I remember my family took me to Odessa to my grandmother's for.
How do you even clean your tongue piercing?
I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't know, man. This fucking dude my age did it. We were 16, 17 years old. Man. We didn't know what the fuck.
I mean, I let somebody pierce my ears at that same age, but we were all young, you know.
What did they pierce it with?
I think with like an actual piercing kit.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, from like a tattoo shop.
Oh, okay.
But
how the fuck did you get a hold of that?
I don't remember. We were fucking scoundrels, dude. We were doing ecstasy and all kinds of shit. We were
fuck, man. I would have probably loved to hang out with you.
Yeah. But I didn't try coke until college, so that surprised me to try it that early. I mean, I know people that did, so but I didn't know you tried it that early. But
yeah. So and it quickly became like a normal.
Yeah, you gotta have both. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that and then so I really really loved wrestling, and like I wasn't like I said I wasn't that fucking good at it.
Yeah.
So like I mean I was decent, like I could hold my own for the most part, but like my coach wanted me to cut down. So I walked around like at 170 pounds. So I was a pretty decent sized high school kid.
Yeah.
Like I had some body fat on me, probably about the same amount as I do right now. Like This is the slimmest I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
But I was probably about walking around at this BMI.
Yeah.
And then so by UIL standards, I could cut
Yeah.
down to like 145
Shit,
pounds.
it cut quick on just some cocaine.
Exactly.
Not eating.
So it was like all the perfect storm, man.
Yeah.
Like I was a fucking degenerate already, but I really loved wrestling because it was the one thing like I was at least okay at.
Right.
And like
and sports at a young age like gives you a lot of purpose. All your extracurricular stuff at a young age gives you a lot of purpose, whatever it is, you know, and like that and your friends, like that's your life, you know, like you do everything else you like have to maintain to do all that stuff, you know, and so I get that, you know, like it's definitely important when you're that age.
Yeah, that was like my little brotherhood, man. So like it was definitely what I wanted to do, and so I was willing to sacrifice whatever for that.
Right.
So I remember cutting that 25, 30 pounds or whatever it ended up being. Like I had like a ritual, like those little bitty Gatorades, like those little ones that come in like a shit ton packs.
Right.
I drink one of those in the morning, and then I'd chew gum all day and spit in a bottle at school. And then I'd go to workouts in the afternoon, and I'd drink one more of those little Gatorades just to kind of replenish my electrolytes. And then I'd wear a sauna suit and sweat the entire practice. And I'd get on a stationary and sweat. And I would cut, like, about 10 pounds roughly a week. Yeah, give or take. And so I was dying. You know what I mean? I was just, like, starving myself. I obviously disordered eating like a motherfucker. Body dysmorphia set in quick. I had no idea what that was. Looking back at it now, like I remember thinking about this and having no idea what it was, but it's definitely body dysmorphia. And like for sure, like some disordered eating, anorexic stuff. I never really got into purging that much, but I definitely made myself puke a few times just because I knew like I would eat something and I'd be like immediately regret it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like I'm gonna gain.
Feel guilty about it.
Well, like I was just like, holy fuck, I'm gonna gain weight and like I'm not gonna make weight and I'd freak out and then I make myself puke over it.
Damn.
So there was some pretty weird shit going on, like 16, 17 years old, and so I was struggling. You know what I mean, just to have energy.
Yeah.
And so I had tried cocaine. And I was like, fuck. There's the answer right there. And sure enough, that same dude, like he had some, and like we'd do it in the fucking bathroom at school.
Yeah.
We'd do it in his car, like wherever, like it was whatever, like I would just get high. You know what I mean? And it got me through, man, for a while. And it was great. Like, it got me through the end of the season. Like I did decent. Like I actually went to districts. Like I did okay. And like I said, it was never really great. Of course, I was wrestling on no energy. Like I was just kind of making it through. So that was like where like I first experienced drugs.
Yeah.
And somehow, like after I got injured, like that was probably a godsend thing. Like I tore up my shoulder pretty bad, and I had surgery my senior year. So I was.
They put you on anything?
I put on hydrocodone. I actually didn't like it.
Really? Make you sick? Make you sleepy?
It made me sick, and like I was.
It's like most people are either one or two ways. They either like makes them nauseous and sleepy, or they're like, oh, I fucking love this. I don't ever want to feel anything else. And I'm like, like that. But
no, I did not like it. And I remember like I'd fuck around and like take a little extra, you know what I mean? Just to like just to pass out.
Right.
But I don't remember ever like abusing them like anything else. You know what I mean? I probably did a little bit, but it was never anything extreme. I never intentionally like got high off hydros. So I did that, but like that kind of put a stop to my drug use because like I wasn't doing anything anymore. I wasn't really hanging out with those guys anymore because I was injured. Like I wasn't doing a whole lot. Yeah. I kind of fell into depression. Like my senior year of high school, like man, I think I went to school. I missed like a whole month of school. Damn. Just like kind of.
Not feeling it.
I'd wake up like I'm not feeling it, Mom. She'd like freak out, and then she'd write me a note. But she kind of enabled it a little bit.
And this whole time she'd been working at she worked at the elementary school. So,
she worked at the elementary school. So like, she was kind of just like letting me get away with it, whatever. Right. And like, I had some we completely skipped over it. But it's okay, but like, I had some like suicidal stuff going on like my freshman year, which kind of went unexplained. There wasn't a whole lot.
Was it because of the drugs or was it like a romantic relationship?
It was actually a romantic thing. So we talked about it earlier, like a big fucking codependent. Yeah. I was dating this girl, man. She was a senior and I was a freshman. Weird stuff. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Yeah. I'm looking back at her, looking at pictures of her now, I know how that happened. Like she's not that attractive. She was a trainer. She was a trainer for the football team. She wrapped my ankles and stuff, and like
she wrapped her ankles.
Yeah, I did take her virginity. I did. Yeah.
The old V card.
Man, I forgot about that. Yeah, she's like married with a bunch of kids now.
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
keep going. I'm gonna move this light.
Okay. So like, man, we were together for just like a few months, like in my freshman year. In high school, of course, like she was a senior, but like her parents were not about my relationship with her. Like, they were white. Like it was a little bit of a racial thing. Like her dad was definitely not cool with it because of the racial thing. Her mom just didn't like me as a person. I don't think her mom was racist. I think her mom was just smart.
Yeah, saw that you were.
I was a fucking degenerate. Yeah, and so like, I remember like they wouldn't let her see me. After like just a couple of months, and I think they actually found out that we had sex, so that was a big part of it. Yeah. But anyways, one day like we always met like at certain periods throughout the day. Yeah. Like just throughout the between classes and stuff. And one day she never showed up. I was like, what the fuck? And so I tried texting her and never responded. I called her.
Ooh, she tried to ghost you?
No, dude. So like I called her and her phone was turned off, and I was like, what the fuck? And like I found out later that day. Her parents checked her out of school, moved her and all her shit to Oklahoma. Damn. They fucking they kidnapped her.
Because she was like partying?
Because she was unwilling to like let me go. Like we weren't going to break up. Yeah. And like like the night before that, I think is what happened. Is actually she ended up staying at my house.
Yeah.
Like she snuck over, like she snuck out. She
Oh,
stayed
and
at my house.
they realized.
They found out, and they're
Yeah.
like, "No, fuck this. We're not doing this anymore."
Yep.
And they just packed her shit, and she went. And I think she lived with her grandma. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was gone, right? And so that night, like I was like, "What the fuck?" And I ended up calling her mom. I was a little psycho. Well, I got a hold of her mom's number, and I called her. What the fuck? You know, where's she at? And she told me, and I remember just swallowing a fucking bottle of Vicodins, I think it was. And
damn.
just I was really fucked up about it. You know, I was 15, I think. Yeah, I was 15 because I didn't have a car yet.
And dude, like a girlfriend at that age is everything, man. At least like for people like us, like
for sure.
codependence like that.
Yeah.
That is so, like it's everything.
That
It's
was
your
my entire
whole
life.
world, yeah. And when it goes away like that, and you have no control over it, you can't do anything to fix it. Like it's because I kind of went through something similar, and where like this girl I was dating, parents found out that she'd snuck out with me. And then they like put a restraining order on me and all this stuff. And I mean, dude, I fucking wanted to die. And so I can imagine how it feels, man. I know. But so I mean, so you take a bunch of pills, did your parents find you, or did they figure out that you did this, or?
Yeah. So I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I do remember like laying on my bedroom floor. And my mom was like kind of in the know on what was going on. Like she knew that there was some, she knew that there was something wrong with me.
Right.
Probably.
What, you weren't acting normal.
Well, just mentally, she knew that there was probably something wrong with me years before this. But like, then this traumatic event happened.
Yeah.
For me, for a 15-year-old kid, whatever. That's like the biggest traumatic event that I ever experienced, which is pretty much nothing. But like in my life, it was. So she finds me on the floor. She can't get me to wake up.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I remember, like I'm in an ambulance, and I don't know exactly, like they didn't Narcan me or anything like that, but I think what woke me up was they put an IV in.
Right.
And it freaked me out, like needles and shit like that.
Fuck.
But so my mom.
They'd have to pump your stomach and stuff, or?
I think so, yeah. I can't remember if they
the
did
charcoal
like
and shit.
I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember, man.
I had a friend that did that in high school, and it was I went up to the hospital to see her, and fucking teeth were all black, and she was all like fucked off, and it's rough, man.
Yeah, the best I can remember. That's pretty much. All I really remember was being in the ambulance, and then like the next day waking up in the ICU.
Yeah.
Like I was in the ICU, and the guys put me on suicide watch, of course, and then I ended up in the pavilion. They're in Amarillo, which is like a mental hospital.
Right.
You know what that is?
Yeah. I don't know that specifically, but I know what you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I think it's a minimum 7 days.
Oh, okay.
I think I was there for 7 days.
Suicide watch is a week usually.
Yeah.
But.
And so what's really fucked up is that her mom worked at the hospital, the Dumas hospital, and so I wake up and I'm like fucking shitty, look at the board and it says whatever, all these names on there, and then it says nurse, fucking that woman's name, and I was like, oh shit, and sure enough she walks in there. Oh, that was the weirdest thing, man. I did not. That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was the worst. But like that same day, like that night it happened. The next day I was shipped off to the pavilion. I spent 7 days there.
So you're 15, and this is your first experience with an institution.
Yeah. With an institution, 15 years old, and it was the pavilion in Amarillo, Texas. And it's pretty horrible, man. Yeah, it's basically like jail, but
for crazies.
Man.
What was like the worst thing you saw in there, like a person or somebody's condition?
Well, they have a juvenile ward, so
okay.
like
so
it was just all under 18.
Yeah.
Man, there was some pretty crazy chicks in there.
Yeah.
I remember
cutting themselves probably.
Yeah, there was lots of cutters. There was something with a fucking tampon, man. What was it?
Like vodka soaked tampon or something?
No, I think it was a fucking girl. Like they wouldn't give her tampons or something, so she like made a big fucking mess with it.
Yeah. Well,
I do remember it was just gross, and I remember like it was. I stayed away from it because I was like, what the. Like I'm not crazy, like this crazy. Like,
she's like writing in her blood.
Yeah, there was like blood. Like I don't know if it was just on her. Or, but it's a whole weird thing, and I was like, I'm not. Like I'm clearly a little bit fucked up. But I'm not that fucking crazy. And so there was a lot of that kind of shit, just like people talking to themselves and whatever, like just typical like fucking schizophrenic girls and there was a couple of guys in there I don't remember really. But yeah, that was like the first time I ever dealt with any kind of institution. That wasn't the last time,
Right.
but it was definitely the first time. And I distinctly remember that was like the first time I remember my dad telling me he loved me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had one of those dads. Was he like not emotional with y'all? And
Not even a little bit.
yeah.
Not
Was he?
even a
But
little
was
bit.
he like the kind of dad who's like toughen up, like boys don't cry kind of dude? I mean,
No, not even like that.
because you don't seem like the. I've known you for a while, and you don't seem like the type of person who has like toxic masculinity or whatever.
Mm.
But you seem pretty in touch with your emotions. So, but yeah, I mean, so that happens. You get we kind of backtrack to this. So, like, how long did it really take you to kind of get over that or get back to normal after all that?
Dude, I kind of figured it out, man. Like it was super easy. Like to when you're in there, they ask you all these generic ass questions, right? And of course, I've always been like a bit of a people pleaser. Like I know what you want to hear,
All right.
and so this was kind of the pioneering days of that. So this doctor, this of course Indian doctor, psychiatrist, he's asking me all these generic ass questions, and I'm
Right.
like, well, the clear answer is A. But if I'm gonna stay here longer, I just say B. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like I can give you a shitty answer that's gonna get me to stay here longer. Or I can tell you what you want to hear, and
So I
it's
can get
pretty
out.
fucking obvious what you want to
Yeah.
hear. So I'm just like telling him, oh yeah, no, everything. No,
I'm
this
good.
is
I'm fine. I'm over it now.
Yeah, like oh, no, absolutely. Like or I even like go to the point where I'd embrace some of it. Like, yeah, this is what happened here, and like I felt this way about that, and like kind of feed into their shit a little
Right.
bit, and then just
So it already kind of sounds like even at an early age, like you had figured out, like this, manipulation like this, and then also with your teachers, and
Yeah.
so like, you've got all the ingredients there for a full on, real deal alcoholic addict,
Yeah, I was manipulative as fuck, and I honestly that experience at the pavilion was like, that's where I was like, all right, now I know what the fuck I'm doing. Because
Yeah.
not only did I like make it in here and out, but I fooled the fucking doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these teachers are nothing. You know?
Yeah.
And so I think they let me out maybe a day early or something like that. Like they were
Right.
cool with it. And then after that, like they wanted me to. I did see a psychiatrist for a hot second.
Yeah.
They put me on some. They diagnosed me with situational depression. I don't know what the fuck that
Who the
is.
fuck doesn't have that?
Yeah, situational depression.
Every
and-
drug addict and alcoholic has that.
Yeah. And then they actually I think it was that time they gave me a bipolar disorder
Oh fuck.
diagnosis. So they had me on some meds and stuff. Fuck, I took them for like a month, and then I was like convinced my mom I was all good.
All right.
Convinced the counselor I was seeing I was all good. Shit, I was done with that part of my life. I think that probably consumed about a month and a half
Yeah.
of my life, and then it was gone. And then of course my parents were just like, phew, past that.
Glad that's over.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not think about it or talk about it for a while.
Exactly. Let's just act like that didn't fucking happen. So it was real easy for everybody to kind of just like brush that shit under the rug,
Yeah.
move on to the next thing in life. And then I just, kind of just went downhill from there, got into the fucking drugs.
Yeah. So fast forward to, like senior year of high school, like you go through a month of depression, like you graduated high school, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you kept it enough together to graduate. What was the move or the plan or the idea once you graduated?
So like I had at that time I had bought a diesel pickup, and I thought I was like the shit.
Yeah.
I thought I was the coolest fucking kid in town. I had this diesel pickup.
All right.
I think we put a programmer on it, some dumb shit that we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah.
But so that was like my thing. So I thought, you know what, man? I signed up for UTI in Katy, Texas, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere right outside of Houston.
To be a decent
To
mechanic.
be a decent mechanic.
Okay.
Like, that was my dream at that time. I was like, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna get done with school, move down to Houston, and learn how to be a diesel mechanic.
Right.
And go to school and then go to work for that after that, because it was only gonna be it was less than a 2-year program.
Yeah.
It was like 18 months, I think. So that was my plan, right? And that's what kind of got me through to the end of high school, because it was like, fuck it, I'm at least going to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever happens, I'm going to not be here anymore. I'm going to be able to do whatever the fuck I want, whatever. But then I met this girl, right?
Yeah.
So much younger than me,
Yeah.
and I'm a fucking piece of shit.
How much younger?
I think she was 15 at the time.
And you were
18.
Híjole.
Yeah, that's right. 3 years difference. Probably fucking
I think-
incriminating myself.
I think
right now.
that's legal in Texas. I think it's like over a 4-year difference is illegal.
There's some law there.
It's something weird. Like
Yeah,
if
the
you're
grace
under
of God.
21 and there's a 3-year difference, it's not. I don't remember.
Something.
It's
There's a
Texas is
Romeo,
weird
it's
about
called
that.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's a 3-year grace period, but I don't know, man. It was
Yeah.
close. I know it
Yeah.
was close. By the grace of God, her.
Would you just meet her partying or?
Man, I don't know. You know what it was? I think I just messaged her on Facebook.
Ooh.
Yeah. She
So
probably
you're an
remembers-
older Facebook
Oh
creep.
yeah, I was a fucking creep, dog. I still am a little bit of a creep, you know what I'm saying? But no, yeah. So we met, and I remember like we hadn't known each other for very long, and she came to my graduation party because why not? Because
Yeah.
I'm fucking impulsive and codependent and everything else, and she's young, and whatever. So we date for a minute, and like I was still planning on going to UTI.
Right.
But then I think it couldn't have been more than like, man, it could have been like July.
After graduation.
Yeah, so like the summer after I graduated, she's like, dude, I'm pregnant.
All
I
right.
was like, you're fucking kidding me. Like, no, like I'm fucking a kid,
Yeah.
but you're even more of a child than I am.
Right.
And yeah, it had to have been like in the middle of the summer because then here comes my child in May. May of 2012, you know.
Yeah.
Reality set in very quickly. So like, not only like is this like a really sketchy event, she grew up with just her grandmother. Her grandmother raised her. She had parents, but they're kind of one's whatever, fucking off doing something else, and the other one's just kind of started a new family. So her grandmother raised her.
Yeah.
And her grandmother found out that we were together and stuff, and she found out obviously that I was older. And she actually put like a protective order on me.
Ooh.
She was like, "No, you're not seeing this dude." I had just started getting tattoos. I was kind of just a piece of shit all around. And her grandma was like, "No, you're not going to see this dude."
Yeah.
And then that's like about that time, like maybe a few weeks after she put that protective order on me, like that's when she got pregnant. So it was just one of those things, man.
Yeah.
It was a really shitty situation because, like, we couldn't be together.
Yeah.
How's she gonna tell her grandma she's pregnant at 15 years old
Damn.
with a dude that she's not allowed to see?
Oh.
And because her mom was just a degenerate too. Her mom would allow us like come pick me up
And then pick her up.
and go pick her up and like take us to her house and like just let us do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
She was totally and like it was kind of fucked up.
All right.
But like that's probably how it happened. I know that's how it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so eventually I think her grandmother came around to it, and maybe January or February lifted that thing, the protective order, and then we didn't live together. Like she still lived with her grandma, I still lived with my parents, and we were on the phone one night. It was May 11th. We were on the phone at like 11 p.m. I had just got done planting corn because I was like, fuck, I gotta grow up and get a job now.
Yeah.
So I got a job in March because it was right after I turned 19. I got a job farming.
Yeah.
And so that was my first like big boy job. Like I was on a salary and got a truck and all this cool stuff. And so I remember I just got done planning. I go home late, and it was May 11th at 11 p.m. No, I'm sorry, May 30th at 11 p.m. Yeah, that's where the 11 comes from. We're on the phone late at night. And she goes, I think I just pissed myself. I was like, what are you talking about? She's pregnant. She's like 8 months pregnant at this point. She thought she pissed herself. She's like, I'll call you back. I'm like, all right, whatever. She calls me, or no, her grandmother calls me back. She's like, her water just broke. She's in labor right now.
Oh.
And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, this, like, I mean, I didn't understand the severity of it at the time, but I just knew that I'm not even, I don't even have a fucking car seat at this point.
Oh,
man.
man.
You know what I mean? And I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, thinking I had more time. Because I thought we had a whole other month.
Yeah.
She's 32 weeks pregnant at this point. So I just haul ass over there to her grandmother's house, pick her up, and we get to the hospital.
Yeah.
We get to the hospital about 11:45, midnight. Get admitted by midnight or so. We're in the room, and the doctor comes in, and she tells us based on her mom, her size, and the term that we're at, the 32 weeks. They're like the likelihood of her having respiratory issues is extremely high.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm like, I'm not understanding any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm 19 years old. She's only 16. She had just turned 16. We don't know what the fuck is happening.
Right.
And nobody's really like, we have to make these decisions. Like, our parents can't make these decisions anymore. And so we decided, like, okay, we wanted to stick with the doctor we had because she knew her, she knew the situation, everything. But if we were to do that, and like they were going to have the helicopter there to take the baby to Amarillo.
Right.
But then mom would have to stay there and get taken by ambulance. And we're like, fuck that. We're not going to separate them. So we jumped in an ambulance at like 1 a.m. And me and my brother get in my truck behind the ambulance. They're doing 100, 110 on the fucking highway. Because the dude, I guess, was new and he was freaking out. But anyways, we get there. It's, let's say like 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. We get admitted to BSA. And then we just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait and wait and wait. And so mind you, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning on May 31st. We get there. She didn't come out until 8:45 p.m. on May 31st. So I didn't sleep any that night.
Yeah.
I had kind of like actually been doing pretty decent about not drinking much. I was like in a decent place in my life.
Kind of manned up and we're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, I was doing my best. You know what I mean? I was still a dumbass kid that didn't really make good decisions, but at least I wasn't getting high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, my daughter was born at like 8, I think it was actually 8:31 p.m. On May 31st, and she was 5 pounds 4 ounces, man. She was a little bitty thing.
Yeah.
And it was like an emergency thing. They rushed her straight into the NICU, and then she spent 2 weeks in the NICU. And like that was, when I talk about my story, like that was one of the most traumatic things. And in that moment, I didn't know that it was traumatic.
Right.
Because it took so long to kind of play out. Like the amount of stress that was laying on both of us. It was so much that we didn't even know how to absorb it all.
Yeah.
You know, we're fucking kids, and we're having a baby, and she, not only is she early, but she's sick. You know, she's really, really sick. She had respiratory issues, and then she had low blood sugar and stuff like that. And she was just having a hard time. Right. Real hard time with nursing, and it was just a shit situation. Yeah. So we kind of got through that, though. I mean, but that contributed a lot to the problem. Of course, like, we were young. Yeah. You know, we didn't belong together. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And she called it. I'll be honest. My ex called it. She told me pretty early on. She's like, "You're gonna be an alcoholic." Yeah. And I always told her, like, no. I just like to drink every night. Just at night, no other times. Yeah. Just a couple beers. And she called, and she still tells me to this day. She gives me shit. She's like, "I fucking told you. I fucking told you you're gonna be an alcoholic." And she thinks it's the funniest shit because she's right. She comes from a family of addiction and alcoholism.
Yeah, so she knows firsthand.
She knew. Yeah. She knew for sure what was going to happen. But, I mean, you know, having my daughter so young and kind of it being traumatic, I didn't know how to process anything, man. I didn't know what the hell was going on in my life. Anytime anything came up, any kind of stress came up, it was just like, it just bounced off. Yeah. It rolled off, and I never processed it. Right. You know, I just did what I had to do to get through it, and then when we got through it, I was resentful about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I never learned how to process my emotions, and I think it started earlier than that, but I think it was, you know.
Really started to culminate. Yeah. Once you had a baby and you're trying to work and man up and do the right thing, and that's a lot of pressure for a 19-year-old kid, man. I mean, and on top of that, you know, baby mama's 15, and that's just a stressful situation because of what I mean. Did she stay in school the whole time with the baby, and I'm sure the grandma was having to watch the kid. Yep. You know, was your mom having to watch the kid sometimes too? And
I don't think my mom had retired yet, so it was mostly falling on her grandmother. Yeah. I think my mom retired really quickly thereafter. But she stayed in high school. She finished. I think she had her she had her at the end of her sophomore year, so she ended up having 2 more years of high school left. So she
I thought even 2 more babies was like,
no.
She got like, with who?
She got another baby now.
Yeah.
But she's almost an adult now. She's 23.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, she finished. Dude, she's a fucking trooper.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't hear this because, fuck, I don't want her to think like I actually like her. I'm proud of her.
The mother of your children,
Yeah,
but fuck that
her.
bitch.
No, she's the greatest, dude.
Yeah.
Like honestly, she's a fucking trooper. She finished her junior year of high school, her senior year of high school, and then I think it was her senior year she did a CNA program in high school.
Wow.
So when she graduated high school, she graduated with her certification to be a CNA.
Yeah.
Because she knew, for whatever reason, she just knew she was going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And so she did that in high school, and then she went in. She was a CNA.
Yeah.
And like that was in 2014. She graduated. She went to work. I was working a pretty good job. We had a nice house. We both had nice cars.
Right.
Like, we were doing pretty good. Well, then it was about time for shit to go wrong. You know? So of course, with everything going good, I did everything I could to fuck it all up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I fell pretty deep into my alcoholism. I started dabbling in drugs again. And, yeah, the first side of it, and there was a lot of problems there. There was a lot of problems between her and I. I mean, we were young.
Yeah.
We had never
didn't know how to be a successful person, much less have a successful relationship and family.
Yeah. There was just no way. So she left me, like, right before my daughter's 3rd birthday.
Right.
Rightfully so. Like,
Just took off.
she was just like, dude, we're not doing that. Like, we had some big brutal fights. Like,
Yeah.
it got pretty bad between us a lot of times. But one night she was just like, dude, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing this anymore.
All right.
And she dipped. She went to her grandmother's house, took Adeline, and like, you know, I fell into this like really shitty situation. I was just like, well, I felt sorry for myself.
Oh yeah. I'm just worthless. I'm not anything.
Yeah. There was a lot of that going on. And she just she soldiered through it, man. Like, she had about a year where she was kind of wild,
Oh, yeah.
But she just...
Like after kid was born? Yeah.
After we split up. So
oh, right,
Adam
right.
was already 3. She had a little bit of a time where she went a little nuts. And she'll tell you that.
Yeah.
She's honest
well,
with it.
she didn't really get a chance to,
I
mean...
Even at that time, she was... I don't even think she was... Yeah, she wasn't even 21 yet.
Yeah. It's a lot, man. That's a lot for anybody.
Yeah, she was still 18 years old. So, yeah, she went and she lived her 18-year-old life for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And then she stepped back up to the plate. She soldiered on, man. She did the shit she was supposed to do. And in the meantime, I was sitting in the back feeling sorry for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Drinking to cope and using to cope. And
that's when it got really bad. Like, I got really bad into using women.
Yeah.
At that point, because like I had a decent little bit of money, so I could throw that around and drank a lot, and I always had a little bit of dope. And it got pretty fucking dark. That's when it got real dark.
Right.
I did a lot of shit that I don't even remember.
Right.
Lots of shit that I don't remember. That's where I got during that time period between 2014 and 2017. Those 3 years, accumulated multiple charges. Went to jail a couple times. Got 2 DWIs. Got fired a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a bunch of shit that...
Didn't you sink a truck in a bar ditch once? And
a couple times. Times. The same fucking truck. That thing was indestructible. That thing was a goddamn tank. Yeah, there's a picture going somewhere of my big-ass service truck with a 4-wheeler on a trailer in the back, just buried in the bar. You gotta go get a fucking tractor to get that thing out, man. It was bad. And that was just one of those nights where like I was just coked out of my mind. And it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Actually, that same night, I got the shit beat out of me.
Really?
Yeah, I got mouthy with this jacked fucking dude that lived there in that town, little bitty town. And he was coked out of his mind too. Let's be honest. Like he was like the fucking Hulk, and he just fucking leveled me. And I remember broke my brand new glasses and shit because I don't know why the fuck I thought I was gonna be cool wearing glasses.
Yeah.
And that same night, like I was all fucking coked out of my mind, fucked up, passed out behind the wheel. And just that truck was just there.
Oh man!
I don't even know. I don't remember how I got home.
Yeah,
I have no idea. But somehow I did. Because we got that truck out, and I ruined a few vehicles. In that 3 years time span. So it was pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah, it's funny that 2014 to 2016 was like the peak of my addiction too. Like that's where it got really bad. So it's funny that we were going through the same shit, the same somewhat time frame. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool, man. So I mean, what was your bottom in addiction? I mean, obviously, like I know, like she maybe mama leaves you and you're alone, and so you just start using more. But like, what was the like tipping point of it all? Like what was the moment right before you went to treatment?
So it was like a little bit before. Like it goes back a little bit, back to about October of 2016.
Yeah.
I think I've told you about this maybe a little bit. I met this girl.
A little bit. I know that you had some charges. Right.
Yeah. Same girl. So like that was I had never there been a point in my life where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop, or I'm gonna slow down, or I'm gonna like drinking was my life.
Right.
Getting high was my life. I didn't care about nothing else.
And everything else was just like
To
a means
support
to
it.
an end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to work so you can get off and get fucked up.
Exactly. I go to work so I can make a little money to buy a beer. So go to work so I can make a little money to buy dope.
Yeah.
Like there was never any other motivation other than getting fucked up. Like that was my entire existence. And that and like using women. So I had a couple girls that I'd fuck around with or whatever, but I was harvesting this one year. So I was driving a semi, right? I was driving a couple of semis just back to back, just doing blow off my fucking cell phone all the time. Driving this 18 fucking wheeler, dude. I'd be driving this. We had a brown Peterbilt. It's a 10-speed in it, and I'd be driving. They'd load this motherfucker from tits to ass. I mean, that thing was fucking loaded, 102, 105,000 pounds.
Jesus.
And I'd be driving it down the highway 65 miles an hour doing blow off my fucking phone. Just like because I thought I was the coolest, man. Nobody fucking knew I was doing this. Nobody saw it. I was just cool as shit to myself, you know what I mean? But I was just doing stupid shit like that. But anyways, I'm sitting in this truck lonely as fuck for like, I'd be in there for 13 hours a day, 14 hours a day, just hauling corn back and forth from the field to the elevator. And I was texting this girl that I knew. We were just friends, and she was actually dating one of my buddies at the time. And I was like, dude, I need somebody to come fucking ride this truck with me.
Yeah.
Set me up with one of your friends. And she's like, I don't have anybody that I know right now. She's like, but there's this girl that I saw at my babysitter's this morning.
Yeah.
And she's like, told me her name and stuff. She's like, you should message her on Facebook. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm ballsy. I don't care. So I did. And sure enough, she was like, yeah, I'll come out and hang out with you, whatever. And so she came out and got on the truck one day, in the middle of the day. Like, I wasn't trying to be a complete degenerate. So she came out, like, at noon, and she pulled a couple loads with me.
Pulled a couple loads, if you know what I'm saying.
No, dude. Like, I was like, when she got in, I was like, all right. And then, like, for some reason, she wasn't one of those girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fucking sounds so fucking cheesy to say that. I fell in love with that woman the first time I met her.
Yeah.
I fucking did.
All right.
And
well, dude, honestly, if you're like, using a lot of women, the first person that like won't sleep with you or like immediately, like you're like, oh, like, like.
Well, and it wasn't even like that. Like I never even tried.
Right.
Like
well,
I was just like I was in a really dark place in my life.
Yeah.
But like I remember like meeting her and I was like, holy shit, like this is better than that.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. She's like, cool as shit. And I remember thinking like this might be worth stopping for a little bit.
Yeah.
When she was in the truck that first time I met her, I had a bag of dope in my pocket and I never touched it once. I never thought about touching it. I didn't even tell her that I was fucked up.
Right.
Like, and I didn't care who knew.
Right.
You know what I mean? Eventually she found out, but so I was like, fuck it. Like I'm gonna do what I can to date this chick. And so we dated for a little bit. Quickly moved in together, which was probably the worst fucking decision. But I was working there in that town and driving back and forth like 20 minutes from where I lived.
Right.
So it worked out logistically. It was pretty much the only reason we did that. But then like it got real serious, and we ended up leasing a house together after like 2 months. And like it was it, man. Like I had like that was the first time in my life I remember in that house like I would drink a beer, like half of a beer, and then leave it. Yeah. And that was like a huge thing for me.
Right.
Because I used to just get sloshed every night.
Yeah.
But I remember distinctly, and like at first she told me that I couldn't use drugs around her kid.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care if you whatever you do on your own. She's like, I don't care. You're not gonna do it around me and my kid. So I didn't. You know, I actually, for the first time in a long fucking time, I like put them down.
Yeah.
I quit buying dope for a little while, and I just would drink every once in a while. I drink almost like a regular person.
Right.
And
so she comes along and you kind of put a lot of your hope and like energy into it. Yeah.
All of it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a typical codependent.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just traded one DOC off for the
oh,
other,
for
man.
sure, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
And she drank, and she was a little bit of a partier, so we'd party together.
Right.
But like, I mean, our first date, we went to, my buddy was having a Halloween party.
Yeah.
Because we met like in the middle of October, and so we were like, let me take you out. Like, I had Halloween off, so we went to Amarillo. My buddy was having this Halloween party. I remember we got fucking shitty. And like, that was when I was like, I knew, because I remember she went to the bathroom with me. She knew what I was going to the bathroom for.
Yeah.
She didn't use it at all. She never would touch it.
Yeah.
Never. And so I went to the bathroom and I did a little line or whatever. And I remember we walked back out and like a little bit fell out of my nose. And then she just reaches up and grabs it with her hand and wipes it off and then wipes it on my pants. And I was like, this is the fucking woman.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Right.
I was like, this is the one. Man. Because she's not a piece of shit, but she's going to let me be a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And still love me.
She'll enable me.
Yeah, and still love me through it. But then she won't do that shit. You know what I mean? She like stays on the edge of it, and I think she probably has some issues there too. But I remember that night, there was some dudes getting into a fight in the front yard, and of course I was in the middle of that because fuck yeah, you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, I was out there just being a dumbass, all freaking geeked out of my mind, and she was in the back in the garage with all the girls. Well, I guess they were doing keg stands.
Yeah.
And this girl comes running up there and she's like, your girlfriend just passed out. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
I remember
This is your first date.
This is our first date. I mean, we had hung out a couple of times, but like this was the first time we'd ever been like, together, right? Like gone out. And so I go back there and she's like fucked up. I guess she did 2 back-to-back keg stands and got lightheaded. Yeah. And fucking just smoked the concrete.
Damn.
So, yeah. Again, just solidified the fact that I was like, yeah, this is the fucking one.
A normal person would be like, oh, but like, you're like, I love you.
Yeah, dude, she was the one. And so that was Halloween night. And I remember waking up the next morning in our hotel room, which was like 20 blocks away from the house that we were at.
Right.
And not knowing how the fuck we got home.
Right.
And it was great. I was like, I lived for that kind of shit. And anyways, like, progressed on, like it was great. We kind of slowed down on the partying and stuff. There was some issues there, but it wasn't that bad. Like it was incredible. And then her family kind of got involved with it because she had a kid. Yeah. And it was her late husband's family got involved in it, and I did make some decisions that I shouldn't have fucking made. But essentially, like, CPS got involved, and, that late husband's family found out that we were living together and made up a lot of stuff, a lot of accusations. And CPS came out and did an investigation.
Home check or whatever,
Yeah, they did an investigation. Well, during the investigation, it doesn't matter what happens. They made me leave. They make the person that's being accused leave. Yeah. And so, of course, I'm freaking the fuck out. Like they just kicked me out of my own house. Like we had just got this house together, and I'm
how long had y'all been dating at this point?
Like 3 months.
Oh, so she moved in immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because it was January.
Yeah.
So not even 3 months. October, November, December. It was January 5th. I got the phone call. She called me and she said, "Hey, CPS is at our front door, and it's not looking good." And I was like, fuck, dude, like, what did we do? Like, what did I do? And I'm freaking out the whole time. But, I really didn't do anything. There was nothing that had been done that really called for this kind of shit. But there's just nothing you can do. Like, when CPS gets involved, like, it's a fucking racket. But they will fuck your shit up. They will just fucking destroy your life just for the sake of doing it. Yeah. And so that's essentially what they did. And so, of course, I can't handle that. I can't handle the stress. I can't handle the potential likelihood of me losing her and all these things. So I just spiraled.
Yeah.
Within 2 weeks, I was just a fucking
Mess.
a mess, man. I was living on people's couches. I had spiraled so out of control. Like, I don't even remember who I was at that point.
Wow.
Like, I wasn't recognizable. I was like out of it. And of course, you know, she was like, "Fuck this!" Like,
oh yeah, so they just furthered the divide. Yeah.
because we couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
During the investigation, and then I was angry at her all the time because I didn't know who else to be angry about.
All right.
Eventually, she was like, "Dude, fuck you! Like, I can't do this." She moved out. Well, there was a little bit more to that. Like, I came I came home one night to get something out of one of the pickups that was parked there. I had several vehicles at that time. And I was getting something out of one of the vehicles that was left at that house, and I saw the lights on at like 11 p.m. But I tried calling her.
She didn't answer.
She didn't answer. So I was like, well, that's fucking weird. So I just kind of like looked, and I saw some fucking cowboy hats sitting on like this divide between my kitchen and my living room.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck no.
Some dudes in your house, fucking your old lady.
Yeah, so immediately what I think.
All right.
And I'm fucked up, obviously, because it's at night.
Yeah.
I'm just trashed. So I made the decision, like, I didn't even make the decision. It was just like, this is what happened. Like, I remember just walking up to my front door and literally just kicking it.
Yeah. You told me this a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I just, like, straight, like, kicked that front door.
Didn't they charge you with, like, a burglary of a habitation, but it was your own house or something?
No, I don't think they charged me. No, they didn't charge me that night.
Oh, okay.
But I kicked the fucking door in, right?
Yeah.
And back then, like, I thought it was fucking Wild West, Texas, so I carried a fucking gun with me.
Oh, man.
So I had a sidearm on.
It's never a good combination, drugs, alcohol, and weapons.
No, not at all. Which, and of course, like, I justify it's in my fucking house, blah, blah, blah. So I smashed this fucking door, and I come in there with a fucking gun in my hand. And I was thinking, like, to see, like, yeah, like you said, like, somebody fucking my chick.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the worst. It was one of her friends from down the street, her husband and his buddy, and they were sitting around the table eating dinner with their fucking kids.
Oh, and here you come in all sloshed and angry and looking like a monster, probably.
Just made myself look like a total ass. Just a total ass.
Did they make you leave? They called the cops?
Definitely. Yeah, they called the cops, and that was the first time we dealt with it. And she ended up, like, that was the night I was like, you know, I was so pissed off. I was like, get your fucking shit and go. Like, telling her to leave and stuff. And, like, in retrospect, like, that, like, I'm that. Like, those are the things that I, like, those 2 days right there, because some of the things that I said to her, like, those are the things that really fuck me up still. And I've processed them. I put them on my 4th step, my 5th step.
Yeah.
Like, I've processed all this shit. But they still.
Have you talked to her since getting sober?
Not like, not in a long time.
Yeah.
She reached out
enough to make a little bit of amends. I mean,
I tried.
Yeah. She wasn't having it.
She knows the process because her mom is also an addict.
Yeah.
And I tried a couple times, and every time we were set to meet up, like, she would cancel.
Right.
Or, you know, rightfully so. Like, she doesn't owe me anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely still have some fucking issues with that.
Yeah.
And not with her at all, but just like
your actions.
The things that I did, because it doesn't matter how much therapy you go through.
Yeah.
Like the things.
It's hard to feel better about yourself after something like that. I understand.
Yeah, when you damage somebody to that extent, like it's hard to come back from that.
I understand. I mean, all the shit I put my ex through, like I still, you know, like if she hit me up and was like, "Hey, I got a flat tire," I'd drive over there, even though like we hate each other's guts. Like, but I feel so responsible for what I did to her and what I put her through. So I definitely understand. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how they could tell you like that they're okay and that they accept your amends, but like you still feel anything that bad happens to them, you feel responsible because of what you put them through. It's hard to get over.
Yeah. It's something that like it's definitely a living amends for me now. Like for me to remain single for this period of my life, and then to once I get into that situation, like where I might be getting into a relationship, to be extremely fucking mindful of what I'm doing, because like I can't afford to hurt anybody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I spent all my credits on her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if we
you got no more bad deeds, acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah. If we're allowed credits before they're just like, yeah, you're not getting into heaven, dude. They're all gone.
Right.
She's claimed all of them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that definitely was like
your bottom.
My bottom. Because that happened January 5th, and then January 21, I got I had gotten a DWI like back before I met her in like September in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And Texas County, so Guyman, I think, doing some sketchy shit out there.
Yeah.
I got a DWI out there, and so I was supposed to go to court on the 22nd. I think it was January 22nd. Well, I got arrested the 21st on DWI.
That's you missed court.
So I missed court, but I got 2 first offense DWIs because I hadn't been convicted of the first one when I got the second one.
Separate states and separate counties.
Well, yeah, but even then, like, they just don't recognize it because they were so close to each other.
Right.
And I never had gotten convicted, blah, blah, blah. But I missed court. They were actually pretty decently cool about it. They just asked me to, like, do some community service and pay a shit ton of money.
All right. Always. That's really what they care about.
Yeah, that's all they give a shit about, essentially. So I did that. But then, so
how soon after that did you go to treatment?
So
after you went to jail?
Let's see. That was January 21st. So it wasn't until May.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of like just made it through the next like
5 months.
Yeah, February, March. You know, April was pretty rough. I had been still kind of
drinking and
just kind of just bouncing around.
It's pretty normal. I feel like something really bad happens and then you kind of keep going for a little bit until it's just like, okay, we gotta figure it out.
Well, what happened was like I had decided to move. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm just gonna get out of here. I wanted to change my people, places, things.
Yeah.
Like the only
geographical solution.
Yeah, the only thing that I had to do was run. You know what I mean? Because I was just so miserable.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd still see her around from time to time. And we actually were planning on. So I told her, I was like, hey, I'm getting out of here. You know what I mean? And like I was always still trying to like make up with her and like talk to her and stuff. She was like, nah, I haven't. And finally one night she was like, okay, well let's meet up and we'll talk and whatever. Well, then she just stood me up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, she just didn't want to talk to me. It's
right.
fucking her decision. And like, I don't blame her because I was just fucked up.
Yeah.
So I got really, really blackout drunk with a buddy of mine. And I got extremely coked out. And the only memory that I have of this night, there's 2 memories. The first one is she had this wreath on her front door because apparently I just went to her house.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the fucking night, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And not only did I go to her house, this is fucking vulnerable of me.
That's what we're about.
I somehow got into her house.
Oh.
I learned all of this after I got out of rehab.
Yeah.
I guess I opened the garage door. Like you could just like fucking wiggle the garage door and roll it up. And apparently I went in through there and like she said that like she's like you didn't really do anything. You were just like fucking couldn't stand up and like you were really obviously blacked out. And she's like you just wanted to talk. And she's like, but you couldn't even finish the sentence.
Oh man.
And so she like shoved me out of the house and called the cops, of course. So as soon as I hear that she calls the cops, I'm fucking like, oh shit.
Get out of here.
I dipped, you know what I mean? Well, at this point, I was already on my last vehicle. I had 3 trucks.
Yeah.
I fucked up 2 of them.
All right.
Just getting drunk and doing stupid shit. So on the last one, and for whatever reason, I guess I was going to like throw the cops off my trail. I went the opposite direction out of town to go home to my little town. And so I went north instead of going south like I was supposed to. And just, I don't know, went off the road, jumped the bar ditch. And when I landed, like, it blew out my back tires.
Yeah.
And somehow the truck caught on fire.
Fuck.
My phone went flying out the window because I didn't have it. But according to the tow truck driver, when the state trooper pulled up, I was sitting in the bar ditch with a case of Michelob's, just drinking my sorrows away.
Oh, fuck.
With my truck, because that's the second memory I have of that night was of looking over my shoulder and seeing a vehicle on fire.
Oh fuck! Don't even realize it's yours.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck that
poor guy."
Real fucking bad night, man." But that fucking guy was me, and I was sitting in the back of a fucking state trooper's car. So I mean, and that guy.
So you went to? Did you go to jail that night?
I went to jail that night.
So you went to jail 3 times in less than 6 months, right? It's close. Yeah. At least.
At least, yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah, man, it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
But like that, I still to this day, I keep saying like I'm gonna find out who this guy is. I need to just do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's pretty easy to find out. Whoever the state trooper was that arrested me, the Sunray PD pulled up as well, which they hated me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They knew who you were and already running with you.
Yeah. When I got arrested the 21st for the second DWI, I got tased.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted to fucking tase me.
Yeah.
Like, he really had no reason to. He just did.
Quit resisting!
Yeah.
I'm not resisting!
Yeah, I was laying on my fucking stomach with my hands behind my back. For whatever reason, he just stuck his taser in the back of my thigh and just lit me. So they wanted to take me to jail. But the state trooper was like, nah, dude, like, we're gonna, or they wanted to take me to jail for all these things that were gonna put me in prison.
Yeah.
Essentially. At least state jail.
Right. State jail felony, yeah.
Yeah, at least
because that would have been your third DWI, right?
Third DWI, but they were wanting to get me with, like, leaving a roadway, obstruction of a roadway, and all these different things, like destruction of property.
Yeah, because it's probably somebody's a farmer or something.
Fuck somebody's fence up or something, and then, like, something with the fire. Like, they wanted to hit me with the boat, dude.
Yeah, I think if your vehicle catches fire, there's a charge for that. It's like something. Yeah.
There's definitely. I definitely broke a lot of fucking laws that night. Not to mention, I broke into it.
Yeah.
Like, let's.
And so if the cops got to her house, she probably told them it was you, and so they were already looking for you,
for sure.
and then
they knew what was going on.
Man, that's probably a story that several people tell of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's something I've realized too, is like the times that we get arrested, like, it's not only part of our story, it's part of, like, a cop's story, like
my fucking dad.
Yeah.
My dad drives, or he did at the time, drive the school bus.
Yeah.
So the way he found out was he was on his way to pick up the kids in the morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He passed my fucking truck on a rollback.
Oh man!
And he was like, "That's my son's truck." And
that's probably terrible because if you don't know where you're at, you know,
he
like,
had no idea where I was.
Your mind probably jumps to, like, is he dead? Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, of course. And I'm in jail. My phone is out in the field. Nobody has any way of
knowing where you are.
Getting a hold of me. So, like,
unless they call the jail and ask if you're there.
Yeah, and I think that eventually they did. But I didn't call anybody that time I went to jail. I had enough money on me to bond me out, and I had built a relationship with the fucking bond.
Right.
They got me out pretty quick.
First name basis.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was the one. And so that state trooper, he fucking cut me such a break because I had a bench warrant out for my arrest. For a charge. For one of those previous charges. Yeah. So instead of taking me to jail on all the shit that they wanted to, he took me to jail on that bench warrant. Oh. So I paid $250 to bond out the next morning, and I just took that as like, because I remember.
So they didn't file any of the charges.
No.
Wow.
No. It's a fucking God thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because
you could be in prison right now or state jail if he had. Yeah.
For sure, I would have at least served a year. At least. For that list of shit, not just for the breaking into that house, at least. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when I remember when I woke up in jail that next morning, which was May 7th, 2017. I woke up in the drunk tank, and I was wearing a cutoff T-shirt and athletic shorts with holes in them, and socks. Yeah. And I didn't have anything else. When I went to go claim my stuff, I didn't have my wallet. I didn't have my phone. I had a necklace. Yeah. And I think a pair of sunglasses or something stupid like that. Like nothing of value.
Right.
Nothing that I needed. But I remember waking up in that drunk tank, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I realized, like, I knew where I was before, so I kind of recognized the place, and there was all these people looking at me, and I was slumped in the corner, like, not even on the bench, like, just on the floor, and because that's where they just tossed me, like, it was right next to the door. And so I remember waking up and, like, seeing all these people just looking at me, like, what the fuck? Yeah. And the first thought I had was like, oh, it's okay. I've been here before. I'm alive. This is who I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those were the words that I remember, like, going through my head. Was like, this is who I am. Yeah. You know, I've got experience with this. And so I go through the whole process of getting booked in because you couldn't book me in. It was so fucked up. So they booked me in, and they allowed me to bond out, you know, within a few hours, whatever. So I walk down, I get my truck, and I get to my mom's house or whatever. The truck was destroyed. Yeah. They delivered it to my mom's house on a rollback, and it hasn't moved.
Oh, it's still there?
It's still sitting there. It's sitting in her driveway. It's now on tires at least. But it's is
it all burnt to shit?
No, it only burnt the tires.
Oh,
and like
weird.
The inner fender wells. Huh. That was really weird. I guess they got it put out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because it didn't. It's all fucked up. Like the steering's fucked up. I smashed a window out of it for some fucking reason. Yeah. And it's still pretty beat up. But it's at least.
Did it roll or did you just? Oh, you
just jumped
and then
jumped off a bar ditch, so the front end snapped. Yeah. And the wheels are like that. And then like Apparently, when I passed out, I passed out with my foot on the gas.
Oh,
so
so
when
it
I
all...
blew those tires out, I caught them on fire.
Oh.
Because I was just spinning the fucking tires.
Oh,
The
I
wheels
see.
inside the tires. So those caught on fire. But that was so it's sitting there. It's eventually I'll fix it.
Yeah.
But so that's just where it sits.
Yeah.
But then I remember like that was the day, May 7th. That's what I consider my dry day because that was the first day. Like I told my mom, I was like I can't do this shit anymore.
Right.
Like I'm done. I'm genuinely like I'm out of it. I'm out of this life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die if I keep doing this. And that's where I feel like that was a God thing because like that dude did not have to do that to me.
No.
He could have hooked me up a long time.
Yeah.
Yet he gave me a chance to like redeem myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that directly. I don't know that was his intention. That's sure as fuck what I took it as.
Yeah.
So I took that opportunity to just like get on my hands and knees and beg my parents to help me.
Yeah.
And they did just that. They stepped up to the plate and they got me into treatment. It took a little while because we don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And my insurance wasn't going to pay for all of it.
Yeah.
And of course, the treatment center wanted a certain amount up front. So it took about 10 days.
Yeah.
From the May 7th. So about the 17th, I want to say 17th, 18th.
It was when you came to Lubbock and you went to the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Yeah, I went to the ranch and had no idea what the fuck.
And how long have you been sober now?
800 and something days, a little over 2 years.
That's
man.
what I thought, because I know we're just a couple months apart. But.
Yeah, it was.
And then you moved into sober living, and then you're my roommate, and that's how we met. And, and since you've gotten sober, you've been in school, you have a good job, you have a really good relationship with your daughter now. Yeah. I mean, there's just a long list of accomplishments and things that you have today, and it's cool to hear your story, man. And we're almost at 2 hours, man.
Yeah, it's an hour and 41.
So
that's cool.
You want to wrap this thing out?
Yeah, I'm about to explode again. I don't know how you go this long without peeing.
This is the longest I've gone, not without peeing, but for recording. So.
There's a lot more we talk about too. I just gotta pee.
And we can always do this again, but
sure.
Oh yeah, man. So I mean, I think some overall themes of your story are like codependency.
Watch out, ladies.
Yeah, there's a lot of unmanageability, and there's a lot of like, some similarities in my story too, where there's like moments throughout your life that you stop what you're doing, you kind of get sober, you get your things back in order for a little bit, but then without the solution, you're back at it within a few months or less, and I don't know, it's just that's the whole purpose I want to do with this whole thing is like, show our similarities and the fact that like we can have all different backgrounds and different things, different drugs or alcohol or things that we like to do, or that our drug of choice, and different traumas and stuff. But like without that solution, man, without that spiritual connection or whatever your solution looks like, we can't really function, But once we do get that solution, man, our lives get so much better, You're the reason I'm in school today, and I don't know, it's just really cool, man. So thanks for doing this.
For sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
This is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pee now.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.